Hello and welcome to the Future Fuel Cafe. In this video, I'm going to tell you why 2024, this year, is the year of AI. AI advancement, AI development, just AI as a whole. Whether that is in the realm of video creation, music generation, image generation, image to video, video to something else, coding, whether it's writing, script writing, anything in that realm, AI can do it, and it can do it really, really well. And that is a massive infrastructure of society which relates to people's jobs. It is also spreading out into the wider part of society, where right now we are slowly integrating AI into trains, self-driving trains. You know, basically a dying trade eventually, that's what's gonna happen because we're gonna be replaced by AI. And all of this, I do not say to scare you. I do not say this from an emotional point of view. I say this wholly as my personal opinion. And I say this because this is what I think is happening. And I think right now, a lot of people are going to be affected by this. People are going to be going jobless. People are not going to have the right skill set to have a job that relates to AI, where it has replaced them effectively as the worker. And you're going to have a lot of people who sadly are going to be, without really a job to have, which is only going to leave them poor. And a lot of people who at the end of the day are probably sadly, which I hope is not the case, but logically as I think about it, possibly living off the state. I say all of this because right now AI is going at such a rapid pace. There is no regulation, even though they're saying someone signed some historic treaty or this or that in AI. To be honest, with the news that I can at least keep up with, it's just going and it's just like a free flow, and it is crazy. And every day there is just something new and more advanced coming out in the world. So my question is, how can we best react to this? What can we do to put ourselves in this best position? Well, me right now, what I would be doing is looking at AI, how it relates to my job, depending what that is. So obviously, if you have followed me for a little bit of time, or this is your first video watching me, I'm a video creator. So in the big sphere now, we have companies like Pika Labs, Runway, even InVideo AI. We have many more, Pixverse, another one I've covered. There are many AI video generators that are coming out and taking jobs, animating jobs, stuff like that, creating videos where in the past people potentially would come to me to make a video for them. But even right now, when Sora came out, which is a AI video generator from OpenAI, who are the people who are behind ChatGPT. It is the most advanced. I've even made a video about it, so you can find that link down below. But that is the most advanced AI creation tool that I have seen. And those are only examples. I haven't actually released that to the public yet. So I have to adapt and learn. So I'm not saying this as if I'm sitting on my horse lecturing you all. I'm saying I am in the same boat as you, but there's a lot of people who I think aren't aware of this or put their head in the sand because it's a conversation that isn't nice to have. And the days of doing the jobs my mom and dad did or my dad and granddad did, that's not the same anymore. It's not, I remember having conversations with my granddad about where we could go from one job, leave it the same day, walk to another job. We wouldn't have to have a CV or anything. There was just jobs abound. There are plentiful of them. Now there's not. So you need to react to that accordingly. I personally think one really important job that is gonna separate people as in a competition sort of thing, because it is competing at the end of the day, is your skill set and your understanding. Again, this obviously relates to different job sectors. I can only comment on what I know, which is the video realm. What's going to define people and make them stand out from the crowd is, in my opinion, is how well they understand AI technology, but also how they can best use it to get the best results from it. So if that is text to video, for example, well, how can I, as a video creator, AI creator, put in the best text to generate the best AI video results for my client or the company I'm working for? Those are questions I need to ask myself and then go out and try and learn the skills to get there. And I think right now this information is free, it's bountiful, it is everywhere. It can be very overwhelming when you first look at it if you're new to it, but starting somewhere is better than putting your head in the sand and doing absolutely nothing at all. That's what I would be doing. I would be questioning myself, how can I better myself, put myself in the best position possible to have leverage, have the power to have control as much as possible over my future career, providing for my family, providing for whoever it is you provide for, or whatever you want to do, but have money to live at the end of the day at the bottom line. 2024 is the year where that's really going to shift. And I think if we look back in a few years on 2024, so if we're in 2027, we look back 3 years, we'll be like, wow, that really was that turning point. That's where that defined line started to come between jobs that were going, jobs that are changing, evolving in the industry. And at the end of the day, it's better to be in a position where, you know, if that day does come, and obviously I hope it doesn't, but from an emotional point of view, I believe it will, that that job is there and there's that many people competing for it. At least I'd rather, if I were to fail, I at least would like to be able to say that I gave my all into learning all about AI and just I wasn't good enough. You know what? Fine, it still hurts, but I wasn't good enough. And instead, at least I can look back then and say I did everything I could. But I would hate to be a person who just said I had that 3-year window to learn, or maybe it's longer, I don't know. 3 years is an example, but we'll roll with it. 3-year window to learn and better myself, but in the end, I just put my head in the sand and didn't do anything about it. And this is why I'm saying right now, this is not a negative. To an extent, I'm trying to see the positive in everything. There is still an opportunity for you to learn. It is just down for you and having the willingness to do that. Because I can tell you now, there are people out there, your competition in your related job fields, who are going to be doing that, learning whatever it is to give themselves that leverage over you. Really, to conclude the video, right now, I am in the same boat as everyone else. I need to learn, I need to up my game effectively and keep learning and keep against my competition, really learn and absorb as much information as I can and increase my skill set in this area. And again, I don't even know how this AI area is gonna develop because there's no written script for it. There's no defined line about how it's gonna go. I'm sitting here now assuming, using a bit of common sense and a bit of logic to what I've learned at least, and see how, you know, AI again is coming into trains. I even saw a video on Instagram the other day about how a combine harvester was driverless and it was using AI-powered lasers to plant seeds that accurately, where it had less chance of the crop failing, stuff like that. So what that means is, well, less human error, more food will be generated, grown with less of a risk of losing it, which means more money will be made, less money will be lost, and more food will be created for a wider growing population. Like I've said with doctors in my previous episodes, why would you hire a surgeon, have a surgeon do a life-saving operation where again something could go wrong? There's always that ability. Or you use an AI machine where it can replicate and look at something once and get it nearly 100% right every time. It removes the human error, it removes the option if something were to happen, and obviously I hope it never does to any of your loved ones or anyone, but if it does, well, they could be sued for it, and they will go for the option of where they will lose less money, but it's also safer for the patient where they have a higher percentage of surviving, because at the end of the day, we don't want anyone to die. We always want our loved ones to live, anyone to live. So I'm just saying, those are sectors where it's going to be coming in. It is already happening. Now is your opportunity, your window to be learning, to be creating that leverage for yourself, protecting yourself, securing your future to the best of your ability for a world that we don't know how it's going to look like. So my question is to you, if there's anything you'd like me to look at, make a video about, get more information on, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.